A temple where devotees donate with faith. The donation box that was supposed to remain beyond suspicion. And now a cash counting system that has been completely redesigned after an alleged theft. With every passing day, the investigation is expanding and raising fresh questions. But how? The country's biggest temple handled donations worth crores of rupees. The Uttar Pradesh state government has now extended the deadline of the special investigation team until the 15th of July, giving investigators more time to widen the probe. The investigation has now spread beyond the arrested accused, with hundreds of security personnel, CCTV footage, duty rosters, and deployment records coming under scrutiny. Investigators are also trying to reconstruct how the alleged theft was carried out. Sources say the accused have claimed that while one person allegedly removed cash from the donation boxes, others formed a human shield around him to block the view of CCTV cameras and fellow staff members. The cash was allegedly hidden inside a washroom within the temple premises before being taken outside later. Police are now verifying these claims through electronic and forensic evidence. The probe has also led to the recovery of a donation chest from premises linked to one of the arrested accused, while investigators continue to examine financial records, mobile phones, and other evidence. Meanwhile, reports suggest that a detailed report on the controversy has also reached the RSS leadership ahead of an important trust meeting scheduled in Ayodhya. In another development, the Ram Temple has now completely overhauled its donation counting system. Every employee counting cash has now been issued dark blue pocketless coveralls with zippers to prevent concealment of money. Cash is no longer counted on tables, but while sitting on the floor to improve visibility. The entire counting process is now video recorded while 5 SIS security personnel, 2 police personnel, 2 bank officials, and 2 trust representatives remain present throughout the exercise. Even access has become far more stringent. Staff now undergo 3 separate entry checks, including security screening at multiple checkpoints before entering the counting area itself. Cash counting continues in 2 monitored shifts every day. The question we are asking is simple. Is this cash counting overhaul enough to stop theft? Or does the Ram Temple need a far more deeper overhaul of accountability and oversight to ensure devotees' faith is never betrayed again? We have K.N. Venkateswaran, Joint Secretary and Spokesperson of VHP, now joining us. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us. We also have Pooja Tripathi, spokesperson of the Congress Party, with us. Thank you, Pooja, for taking time out to be with us. I'm going to begin by asking K.N. Venkateswaran. It's very headline grabbing and eye catching, all these new measures for counting and the stringent protocols for counting. But then, will that be enough to restore the faith that has been lost in the recent weeks?
First of all, I welcome whatever steps are being taken to tighten up this particular process. But at the same time, I would like to remind all of you how most of us were misled by the opposition propaganda that there was a mega scam and scam. Now it has come to theft. However, whatever has been done, any mistake that has been made has to be rectified, and really welcome whatever steps are being suggested by the SIT and people who are doing the investigation.
Okay, so you welcome the steps. Pooja Tripathi, I want your thoughts quickly before we discuss this matter any further. What are your thoughts, Pooja, as far as these new counting procedures are concerned?
I think it's too late and too little. The money embezzlement has been going on for months, Krishna. And we see a palatial abode of Lavkush Mishra. We see the palatial abode of Tinku Yadav, and that wonders me, if this has been going on for months and everybody in the temple knows that these were the private army of Champat Rai, why doesn't the SIT report as being, in public? Why doesn't the FIR mention the trustees, without whose supervision it was not even possible that these small ponds would take a penny home? But they were taking home and they were building, they were buying properties. And that's where the whole idea of having a trust, which was nominated by Pradhan Mantri Modi ji February 2020, comes into play. Without their supervision, without their involvement, nobody can move a penny. And the FIR doesn't mention these big fishes. So first of all, fix the accountability and then fix the temper security system. Trust is still functioning. Trust has not been dissolved, yes, and we see massive funds embezzlement. And it's not just financial discrepancy, Krishna. It's the betrayal of people's faith and aspirations that they bestow upon Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram. And that's where this had to be used. The accountability needs to be fixed. They can't be just asked to give resignation. They have done a criminal act and an anti-national act by taking away the funds meant for Sri Ram, by to home and building away their home properties and whatnot. And this has been going on for months. The CCTV has been deleted for 8 months. The funds that have been recovered is just 80 lakhs now. While the estimates report, because SIT report is not public, that the financial scam ran into crores and crores. And that's where we are. Where is the money? Where are the people? When are you going to fix the big fishes? You just can't make an SIT that's in hogwash and you can claim to have an action on some small fishes while the big fishes roam free and fair. And that's where we ask. And where's the Supreme Court-led monitored inquiry? Why hasn't the SOPs been streamlined? Why hasn't there, Ram Mandir has an independent CEO? There are many questions that need to be asked. But first, fix the accountability, because it's not just financial embezzlement. If you have betrayed people's trust, you have betrayed people's, people's belief in the God, and that's where we need accountability. People just can't run away with the money they took home, thinking it's theirs, and that speaks volumes of how this case has been handled. Nowhere it mentions the trust functionaries in FIR. There have been media reports. The first there were media reports that circulated कि Champat Rai ka istifa ho gaya. Then he said nahi hua, fir ho gaya. And the person who gave out a statement of Champat Rai istifa is the Koshadhyaks, the treasurer. There's been massive fund embezzlement, and treasurer has the audacity to come and make a statement. He has not been removed from the post. So many questions, Krishna. The accountability has not been fixed. And kudos to Ayodhya's bunch of lawyers. The lawyer body was said they'll not fight the case.
Yeah.
But government is still shielding the people who are actually the masterminds of the fund embezzlement, and that's scary. That's scary because if something like this can happen to.
Point taken. K. Venkateswaran, it will be about all of that, isn't it? The fixing of accountability, the deadline for the special investigation team has been extended by 15 days. We also understand that a detailed report has been sent to the RSS. And in fact, they are having an important meeting in Ayodhya. I want to understand from VHP's side, do you also have that detailed report?
I'm not aware of any detailed report being sent to VHP or RSS. That is only speculation. I wouldn't be able to comment on that. However, I would like to comment on Pujaji's, allegations. See, the Congress and other opposition parties, they have been shifting the goalposts from the day one. Their only intention has been to confuse Hindus. Now they are talking about, trust everything. Do they trust in Bhagavan Ram? They don't have trust in Bhagavan Ram. They don't have trust in Rama Janma Bhoomi. They don't have trust in Bhagavan Ram's birth in Ayodhya. Now they are talking about trust. Of all the people, they don't have any business to talk about trust. And most of their leaders either are there on jail or on bail. Now they are talking about trust and honesty. It's really surprising.
Pooja wants to come in. Pooja, please go ahead.
Yeah, I do want to trust it. Is this your trust and honesty in Bhagwan Sri Ram when you take funds spent for donations to Ram, the chanda that's been offered to Ram home? Is your trust and honesty towards Sri Ram when you build homes and the siphon of money close to 50,000 a day on Sharab Tika? Is this what your blind devotion and trust to Sri Ram is? I think this argument is overdated. This argument is overused, and it doesn't fit the bill when you say they didn't have a faith in Sri Ram. But you had faith in Sri Ram, and that gave you the right to take the money home. That gave you the right to loot from Sri Ram itself. Who gave you the copyright of Bhagwan Sri Ram? You were the self-imposed ambassadors of Sri Ram, and that's where your dacoity. I will call it dacoity. It's not just financial scam. Your dacoity is multiple fold because you looted the very center of the faith and trust is Bhagwan Sri Ram itself. And that's where Prabhu Sri Ram gave you a lesson, and this has been going on for months and months. You sit here and talk about blind trust and devotion and faith, and you have the audacity to talk about it because you took away the very funds meant for Sri Ram home, and you were having a luxurious lifestyle. You were enjoying life out of it, and this was not your money. Excuse me, this was money that's been donated by lakhs and crores of devotees all across the world. Some gave Gupta dance, some cut off their foot to provide donations to Sri Ram. And you meant this is here because हम भगवान राम को लाए हम उनको लाएंगे तो भगवान राम का जो चंदा चढ़ाएंगे हम उसे घर ले जाएंगे. This was your blind trust and devotion to Prabhu Sri Ram. And you have the balls to come and talk about trust and devotion because you should actually say sorry. You should do a price check to Bhagwan Sri Ram first and to crores of Hindu, people who have faith in Hindu religion. Okay. Because you have done the biggest mahapap, you have taken away funds meant for Sri Ram home.
Okay, K.N. Venkatesan, you wanted to come in.
Yeah. See, they have been repeatedly trying to insinuate they are not telling anything that has any basis. Now they are just raising allegations after allegations. That has been the Congress strategy. They have never been able to tell the truth in their entire history. That is why people are taught them a big lesson. Now they are now trying to whip this, flog this till the next election so that they can stay relevant. Now let us come to the fact. Let us come to this particular issue. Issue is there has been some theft, and sincerely that is being investigated. They don't have any comment on that. They should suggest what steps should be taken to ensure that this doesn't happen. Rather than that, they just want to go on, telling lies, spreading lies, and spreading rumors. Like that is their habit. But people are not going to believe that. Now let us come to this particular topic. That the issue is what? Issue is there has been some theft that has happened. There has been a systemic, some failures, which is being corrected, which is being investigated, and corrective measures are being taken. Now that has to be welcomed by everyone, every people who have good intentions, people who have trust in Bhagavan Ram. They are welcoming it. They are welcoming it, and we are also welcoming it. And any suggestions that is being made to rectify any process. Now, the opening remarks, you yourself said, like now there are stringent measures are being brought in. Now we welcome that. So rather than doing that, you are going on telling lies. I can't go on countering all this.
But Mr. K.N. Venkatesan, many would also ask for a court-monitored CBI probe into it. Right now, it's only a special investigation team that's probing it.
Now, you want to complete the SIT, or you want another investigation so that you can keep this alive for at least till 2027 or 2029? What is the intention? Intention is what? Intention is to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
So you have to first speed up the whatever is happening. You will have to speed it up. You have to tighten the process. That is what is happening. Now, if you want another, now you shift the goalpost tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, you have another goalpost. Now this is an endless game. Like you will never be able to correct things.
Fair enough. Pooja Tripathi, there is an investigation. The state government has taken it up in all honesty. There is an investigation. There's a deadline for this investigation, July 15th, to be completed. What more would you ask for?
The state government, which is reluctant to file FIR, trust people himself are still on there. And that's where we ask, why is trust, which is at the center of the biggest financial scam the country has seen in the last few months, is still functioning. The Koshadhyaksh is still bringing out
Bofors scam, that are the biggest scams in this country.
Trust not being asked to step away while the inquiry is going on. Because please spare me the thought that some Tinnu, Munnu, Chunnu can take up crores and crores of rupees home and still not come into the radar of intelligence when he was siphoning away money. He was spending on thekas and he was building homes, and somebody with a salary of 12 to 17,000 rupees was having a lavish stipend, and it did come into radar. And that's where we ask, why is trust still there? We ask, why was FIR not being filed for 16 days? Who was trying to cover up the thing? Why is CCTV footage deleted? for last 8 months. You know, and then you come and say कि अबे आप उसको काम तो करने दीजिए. अरे काम ये तो जिन लोगों के खिलाफ ये एक्शन उठ रहा है, जिन लोगों के खिलाफ ये प्रश्न उठ रहा है, they are actually sitting there and being the part of the whole investigation story. What does this purpose defy us? And why not Supreme Court led inquiry? Why not SIT report being made public? And there are many questions. When will you fix accountability for people who have been looting money in the name of Sri Ram? When will you fix accountability of people who are big fishers? Where is Gopal Rai's name in the fire? Why is Champat Rai's name is not in the fire? Why is Anil Mishra name not? And this trust was formed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in February 2020. Why is Prime Minister Modi still silent? You say BJP has not to do, but this trust in being filled with people from BHP and RSS. Why is Prime Minister still silent? Because he attended the Pratishtha, he attended the Dwaja Award, he attended the.
Okay.
He has been
Fair
attending
enough.
every function of Ram Mandir. Why is still silent? Why is not answering the
Fair
queries
enough.
that's in the minds of people?
Fair enough. Many unanswered questions here at this stage, but I'm afraid we're completely run out of time here on this conversation. I'm going to thank Pooja Tripathi and K.N. Venkateswaran of the VHP. Thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here